is gonna be December 2014, January 2015 favorites. I didn't do a December favorites just because the end of the year favorites kind of ran all in together there, but there were some things that I basically just picked up in December, and I didn't want to necessarily include them in the yearly favorites because that's kind of like, I don't know, false advertising. I haven't been loving it for like the entire year. We'll see if they make it into my 2015 yearly favorites. So I have a bunch of like hodgepodge of things here, and I'll just go through them as quickly as possible, like always. Yeah, so let's get started. Okay, so the first things I want to talk about are these Sally Hansen velvet texture nail colors. I showed these in my most recent drugstore haul, and I've been loving these. Typically, I like the look of matte nail polish, but on me, it's just kind of like chips. Like as soon as it chips, it's just looking terrible, and I really wasn't like going for it. I like the velvet because it's matte, but it has like a texture to it, so you can get away with it looking not as perfect. And I got two colors here. The first color I have here is Lush, which is this really nice kind of like dirty dishwater stone gray color, and then I have the color Lavish, which is a really pretty wine color, Merlot, whatever you want to call that. So I think velvet or matte polish looks best in darker colors, which is why I think I like these most. Even though they had a really gorgeous like aqua marine green blue color that I'm tempted to check out, but I really like these. So I suggest trying these out. So the next thing I have is something that I recently did a review on. It'll be up either before or after this video, somewhere in between there, but you'll see it. It's the L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible line, like the entire recent line that they came out with. I did a review on the foundation, the powder, and the makeup setting spray. Love this stuff. I love L'Oreal True Match. You guys know that that's my holy grail drugstore foundation. Love this stuff. I'm not gonna go into too much detail about it. I have a review. I'll link it down below, or yeah, at some point. So check that out if you want to know more about my thoughts and see if you want to see me apply it, because that's what I'm wearing today. Okay, as far as concealer, I recently picked up a new concealer, and I started using it in combination with one of my like oldies that I love, and I love the results. So I have the Rimmel Wake Me Up concealer in medium, and then the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in 20 Sand. I've been using these in combination because the Fit Me concealer only comes in like 6 colors, and to be honest, the color that's next after this, like the darker one behind this one, is too dark for going under my eyes. This one's actually like a little too bright, but together they're like bomb. More recently I've been liking a brighter under eye, and this gives me that. They're both very similar in texture, super creamy, very blendable, and when I set them, I mean, they last all day. The Fit Me lasts longer than the Rimmel, so that's kind of like why I like to wear them together. And the medium is light, you know, it's light enough, but this just gives me like that little bit more of like brightening. So I love these. They're both like $4 or $5. You can find the Rimmel one at Kmart, is where I found the Wake Me Up concealer. They don't carry like the Wake Me Up concealer at Target or any drugstores, which is whack. But anyway, Maybelline you can find pretty much anywhere. Sticking with Maybelline, I've been loving actually the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Normal to Oily Skin Fit Me Foundation. I just said a whole bunch there. I got the color 310 Sun Beige, which this was in a recent drugstore haul. Also, I had picked up 2 colors. The other color is definitely going to be more of a spring summer shade. It's a little bit too dark right now, but I'm sure I just mix it with this one and love it still. But I really like this. This stuff is mad cheap. It's like $5 or $6. They carry, I got it at Target, and should be available in like a lot of places. I don't know if Walmart has picked it up yet. I haven't been there recently, but it's very inexpensive. The matte and poreless line is going to be great from a combination or oily skin ladies like myself. And it's pretty darn good coverage. It mattifies and refines pores, matches your natural tone, it has a natural seamless finish. I think it's great coverage. It lasts like a really long time. It's pretty decent at giving me good oil control. I'd say about 4 or 5 hours before I need to kind of like touch up, which is pretty good for me. and yeah, it's super blendable. It's a little bit thicker of a foundation, like it's thicker than the L'Oreal True Match, but it's not heavy on the face at all. So love this. Next, as far as a powder, another powder, I want to talk about the NYX blotting powder. I got the color medium dark, which I mean, it's really not any coverage to this thing anyway. It's kind of just translucent. Love this stuff. If you get oily like myself, this is awesome. It definitely takes away that shine and extends the wear of your makeup without looking cakey. It has a tint to it, so it's not gonna have like that ghostly white cast like a more transparent powder would have, and it's pretty inexpensive. I think this comes in 4 colors. This is like the 3rd darkest color, but like I said, it doesn't have that much color to it really, so you should be able to find a color that works for you. So to round out the face category, recently I picked up the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette. I got a request actually from a subscriber, I forget the name, but she said, you know, I'd like to see you do like a contour highlight look and kind of just like super like glam. And I was thinking like I never do that. I conceal under my eyes, and for the most part I don't go for like a super bright under eye, and I don't really contour that much, you know, but more recently I tried it and I really like the results. So Sephora released this recently. It's $46 and it comes with 3 highlighting powders, 3 contour powders, which are all matte. So I don't have any of the Anastasia powders, highlight or contour powders. I wanted to get a kit, but they didn't have banana and I didn't want to go with the one that was pre-made. I wanted to pick my own colors, so I was like, I'll just get this one instead. So I can't compare the two, but this one has a mirror. I do wish the packaging was a little bit more sturdy. It's kind of just like a really thick cardboard, kind of like the Lorac Pro palettes, similar to that, but I just feel like over time it may start to wear around here. But anyway, the powders look like this. There are 3 on the top here are highlighting powders, and then the contour shades are here. The names are underneath on the bottom, which I kind of wish they were like right on top, but at least you still know what you're using. And they're all matte. I really like these 2 highlighting powders here. This is a yellow one and this is a more peach tone one. I like to mix the 2 of them. That's what I set my under eye concealer with today. And this is a really more cool vanilla type of shade, so if you wanted like a super brightening under eye, that would be awesome. And let me tell you, these powders are super brightening. Like on their own, they can highlight just fine without using any type of like cream highlight underneath. They're like, I like went in there one day, the first day I went to use it, and I put it in and I was like, oh, well, that's intense highlighting underneath there. As far as the contour shades, they are awesome. Also, there's the cool toned one here, this more neutral warm brown, and then a I don't know if that's a neutral brown there. It's definitely a deeper brown, but they're all very pigmented. That's them right there. You can see that one's definitely more cool ashy. That one's more neutral, and then there's a deep one there, and then the highlighting powders are also super pigmented. They're very silky powders, almost to the point where you get a lot of fallout because they're so finely milled and silky. So it can get a little messy, but I still really love using this. And it comes with this like gigantic mirror right here. Okay, so next for eyes, I have 3 things. The first is a new mascara. I haven't talked about a mascara in a really long time, and I was actually very pleasantly surprised by this one. It's the Rimmel Wonderlash mascara with argan oil. I forget the claims of this one. I know with the argan oil it's probably supposed to like condition and help your lashes stay healthy, but mainly what I was surprised about it is that I used it on my lower lashes and it didn't smudge, and I went to work, and all day when I got home, like 12 hours later, 13 hours later, it was still there. It had not smudged, it had not flaked underneath my eyes, which is awesome. And this isn't even the waterproof version. I got the color Extreme Black. This is the regular one, not even waterproof, which is a plus because sometimes you all I mean, if you ever worn waterproof mascara, you know it's like a mother to try to get off. This is awesome, and it keeps my lashes like really soft. It's cool on the top lashes, like I don't mind it, but I mainly love it for my bottom lashes. But it definitely leaves my lashes soft. I don't get that stiff, hard feeling with it, so love that stuff. Next I have the Sephora Crayon Contour 12-hour wear waterproof eyeliner. I'd also been looking for an eyeliner that I could wear in the waterline or on the lower lash line that would not smudge. I don't know what it is with my eyes, but majority of the time, eyeliner will always smudge on my lower lash line, which is very disheartening. I don't know if it has something to do with, but I have like deep set eyes or hooded eyes or whatever, but this thing is amazing. I thought it twisted up for a second because I was twisting the bottom. I was like, oh, it twists, but it doesn't move. I think it's just loose. So you're gonna have to sharpen it, which is the only sucky thing. It's very creamy, very brown, great rich pigmentation, and it doesn't tug on there. It stays on the waterline for a decent amount of time, and it doesn't smudge underneath my eyes here. And you can smoke it out if you work pretty quickly. You can smoke it out really nicely, and then it sets. It doesn't set like super duper fast. So you can see you can blend it out pretty easily before it sets. Okay, and then next is a pigment from MAC. I picked up tan pigment, and I don't know what I've been doing in my life before I got this. I'd always heard people talk about it, and I just never picked it up. Pigments are kind of, you either love them or you hate them. They can be very messy, but mostly they have more pigmentation, hence pigment. And I don't know, they're great. Now, these things are like $20, but you're never ever going to run through an entire one of these, like ever. I don't think even if you wore only this color for the rest of your life, you would still have plenty. But the color is gorgeous. It's a beautiful rose gold. I was wearing it in my last video. Oh yeah, my favorites of the year 2014. I was wearing it all over the lid, and people were wondering what it was. It was this, which is tan pigment, which looks like this. So it has bronze, rose gold undertones in it. It's gonna be beautiful on anybody. I'm pretty, you know, light skinned right now because the sun hates me. And I think it looks nice. And I have a friend who has deeper skin. It looks nice on her. I think it's gonna look good on everybody because rose gold is just one of those colors that it just flatters warm skin, cool skin, neutral skin, light skin, dark skin, medium skin, skin. So next I have the Elizabeth and James Nirvana Black perfume. I picked this up from Sephora, and it came with the white also in the same size. I don't really care for the white that much. Like, it's cool, but it kind of reminds me of lawn clippings, and I don't really want to smell like grass. But this one, this is like a night scent, and I love that it's Nirvana Black because black, and then it's like a night scent. It's just super sexy. It's definitely one of those typical scents that I go for, which is that more musky scent that has like, I don't know if it's like bergamot or sandalwood or vanilla. It just has like those deep musky warm smells to it. Oh, it smells so good. So when I run out of this, which I've been using it like crazy and I barely run out of any, I want to get the full size of this. The packaging on it is gorgeous. The last things I have are all lip products. I'll start with the one that I'm wearing right now. It's the Rimmel Show Off Lip Velvet Matte. I featured this in that last drugstore haul. This is the color Atomic Rose, which is a really nice neutral coral. Love it. It goes on matte. It's not sticky. Lasts a really long time. The only problem is that when you go to eat, I did go to eat and I had it on and it got like a little messy around here, so you have to like reapply it, but I didn't have any problems like reapplying it and it peeling off, you know, where I already had it. So love this color. All right, next from the drugstore I have the Milani Matte Naked Lipstick, which I also featured in that drugstore haul. It's a really nice, my lips but better, everyday neutral. That's it right there. It's definitely on that line of the mauve, pink, brown kind of lip color that everybody's been going crazy over, but it's beautiful. Great color pigmentation. It's matte but not very drying, and it has great staying power. So next I have Matte's Relentlessly Red. I was wearing this in my favorites of 2014 also. It is a gorgeous pinky red. It's weird. It's like hard to describe. It kind of looks hot pink. It kind of looks red. It's kind of like a pink red. I don't know, but it's amazing. The retro matte formula is really nice. It's not as drying as the matte formula, so it has really great pigment color to it and lasting power, and it's just such a pretty bam color. Like if you want to wear a bright pink and you love reds, this is definitely a color that you need to pick up. Okay, and lastly I have Stila Stay All Day liquid lipstick in the color Patina. This is on its way to becoming the like Lolita of 2015. It's very similar to the I Feel Old formula of Lolita, because the new formula is definitely more brown. I have that one, but it's a beautiful like opaque mauve pink color. It's lighter than Lolita, but I think it's very, very similar, and it's one of those lipsticks that is going to look different on everybody. The deeper the skin, the lighter it's going to look, so it'll look more like a nude mauve on deeper skin. On really fair skin, it's going to look much darker, and it'll be more of that 90s lip look that everybody was like going crazy for. This thing doesn't budge. I have another one of these, and it goes, I mean, you need a tiny amount. This thing is, you're not gonna run through this in a lifetime at all. But, and I love the smell of them. I don't know what it is. I like the smell of it too. But it's very opaque. One thin layer is all you need. Let it dry. It doesn't get sticky. It doesn't budge. I wore this and I ate, drank, talked. End of the day, still there. Hadn't really gone anywhere. So it's definitely worth the like $22 that it costs. But yeah, let me hurry up and wipe this off before it dries. All right, that's everything for this video. Thank you guys so much as always for watching. Let me know what you were favoriting the past few months down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.